A word on equality?
The equality is simply not there. I mean,
was it in your time? Was it in your time?
When I hear my colleague, I think he's referring to some other country, quite frankly.
Okay.
I think he's living in some kind of cuckoo land.
Yeah.
Does anybody following this program think that the institutions in Malta are working? I don't think so.
I think that Mr. Zammit Dimech is a bit cut off from the people here in Malta. Maybe he's spending too much time in Brussels and Strasbourg, because if you see the latest polls... because if you see the latest polls on the Times of Malta, for instance, the majority of Maltese people do have trust in our institutions, do trust the police, do trust the courts, do trust all the Maltese independent institutions, but they have said one thing: they do not trust the Nationalist Party to lead this country. They said it once, they said it twice, and with a bigger majority each and every time. It is because the Nationalist Party has no credibility. They were removed. David Casa himself sent... Do you agree, Francis, with the way that David Casa sent his assistants to remove the banners from the streets? Do you agree with that? Because you do not agree with the candles being removed, but would you agree with that?
I think there's a totally different scenario.
Because it doesn't attack. Because now there's a nationalist candidate being attacked, and that is the difference. You believe that you have a divine right, you are superior, the nationalists believe that you are superior over anyone else. So if there's anything attacking a nationalist, that should be removed, but if there's anything attacking anyone who's Labour or has a different political alignment to yours, then yes, he or she may be attacked and vilified, even by blogger Daphne Caruana Galizia, and that is what you saw. This government has removed censorship, the censorship that you as a minister used to hold for every single play that used to be showed in our theatres here in Malta and Gozo. In fact, till a few years ago, we could not go to a number of plays here in Malta because they were censored by the nationalist government because it did not agree maybe with the line that these plays took. Such a shame that even in the arts and culture we had the intervention of government before. Whilst everyone has the right to protest, and I would die to see that everyone will always have that right to protest. I was a protester myself many a times when we had a nationalist government that censored people, when the nationalist government censored theatre productions, when the nationalist government censored books at our university, when it censored articles within student organization newspapers. Yes, we did protest, and that right is very important.
Which century was that?
It was only 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yes, not much long ago, when the Minister for Culture used to dictate, basically, what and who could and should publish articles in our in student organizations, newspapers, etc. So yes, that is why I say that I love the new Malta, because we have had big changes within only 5 to 6 years, and it's not only on issues with regards to freedom of expression and censorship, but if you see civil liberties, civil rights in our country, yes, we have moved forward.
Prime Minister of Government, or if you are Chief of Staff of the Prime Minister, it is not an individual problem, it is a national scandal, and any democratic government would act immediately and dismiss the people concerned.
Did you condemn Osengat when you were a minister? Did you condemn Minister Osengat?
Dismiss the people concerned.
Did you condemn Minister Osengat when you were minister? You sat in the same cabinet. You worked together in the same government. Minister Osengat had an account, a secret account in Switzerland, which he said he had forgotten that he had over €1 million in, and you never said anything on this. Back then it was fine, because once again he was a nationalist member of parliament, he was a nationalist minister, therefore everything is fine. I'm not saying that it is fine. I'm not saying that it is a good thing, and action has been taken. But let's put things in context. It is incredible how in this country, anytime that there's anything against someone who is not nationalist, then this has to become, there's a whole character assassination on that person. But what if it is a nationalist person who does anything similar, then it is fine and everyone shuts up. I think that Adrian Dalia, his leader, is not credible at all when it comes to the issue of the Egrant inquiry. He himself had said that the conclusions are very clear and that the conclusions are portraying what the actual report is saying. Obviously, neither he nor I have actually read the actual report. I look forward to read it, as I think everyone else does, but we have to operate within the rule of law limits and procedures. It is now up to the court to decide who and when this should be published, when the whole document should be published. I, as well as the Prime Minister, would like this to be published immediately. I would love to know with the whole details of what the conclusions actually said on the frame up for power that was made only about 2 years ago when Daphne Caruana Galizia, Pierre Poltelli, Simon Busuttil, David Casa and others made this their own story and tried to destabilize the country in order to gain power. This is the biggest frame up that we have ever seen in our country when it comes to politics. But the court did not stop there. The court also said that whoever invented the lie that Egrant was Joseph Muscat also went to lengths in order to fabricate documents to show that it was his, false documents. It also said that there were people who forged signatures in order to show that this is Joseph Muscat. That is what the court said, and notwithstanding what the court said, Simon Busuttil and half of your party still believe that this is Joseph Muscat. Your leader says that it is not, but you and a number of others believe that you should go against your leader, say that it is still Joseph Muscat.
I would like to know to whom it belongs.
And we have seen Simon Busuttil, for instance. It was a farce, seeing the leader of opposition back then going with a number of box files in court, wasting the court's time, and in reality had nothing in them. It was very clear through the pictures. So this is what the Nationalist Party has been doing. Let's leave our institutions do their work serenely. Let's not try to put spokes in their wheels. If we really want that whoever ordered the killing of Daphne Caruana Galizia Scott, let's allow the institutions to do their job. If we are continuously trying to